a weekly program every Monday at 12:30. It's also on Facebook Live. The host of the show, I am just replacing Jyoti Gupta, who is the host of the show. She is not well today. So Dr. Kalra is known to all of us. She is a well-known oncologist, hematologist, and she has been practicing for last 35 years or longer. And she's a graduate of Lady Hardinge Medical College in India. So, today's topic is urinary tract infection, renal and urinary tract infection. I hope all of you will enjoy it. This is a very common problem. I have suffered myself, and I think whatever Dr. Kalra has to say in this regard, you will take it seriously and follow her advice. And yes, if you have any questions, you can always write on the Facebook, and she will answer it later. Thank you. Now the floor goes to Dr. Kalra, and she's ready.
Hello, Govindji. Thank you. I hope Jyotiji gets better very soon. And what a great replacement. Good afternoon, everybody. देखिए क्या CEO साहब आज खुद ही आ गए हैं. Host Jyoti ji, ये तो CEO इस program के. So thank you, Govindji. I am a graduate of Lady Hardinge Medical School from New Delhi, and I'm very, very proud of my training and my all the residency program here. I've been really, really, taking all the exams and everything. I'm triple board certified. I'm really had a great life, and I'm always happy to be here to do Health is Wealth and share my experience and the tips I've collected over the years, so we can all benefit and from each other. तो चलिए हम शुरू करते हैं. हम renal system or kidneys. हमारी kidneys, there are two kidneys. Of course, they are right and left. They are sitting in our abdomen, belly. One on the right side, one on the left side, one under the liver and one under the stomach or spleen. So left side is under the spleen, the right is under the liver. And they both kidneys are like kidney shaped. Rajma ke shape ki kidneys hoti hain dono. And they all are in the abdomen behind. Then they both are connected with what is called pelvis. This is like a pelvis. उनके अंदर से किडनी से pelvis निकल के नीचे में जाके और bladder के अंदर में ureters, thin tube connect into the bladder. Bladder is one all the way down in our pelvis, down part. So there are two kidneys. Do we need two kidneys? Let's first talk about the functions of these kidneys. The most important function of these kidneys is to get rid of our waste product from our body. जो भी blood हमारी kidneys में आता है, उसके अंदर इतने metabolites होते हैं which are not needed for the working of heart, lungs, liver, stomach, anything. So those products are filtered in the kidneys. Kidneys are like a filter. They filter, they take the good things and let the waste go through those thin tubes into the bladder, into our urine. So urine से वो waste product बाहर चला जाता है and the body keeps the healthy nutrients. That's the number one function. Number two function is the blood goes into the kidney. Excuse me, talking too much, doctor. The number two function is to keep the blood volume. Our body needs a certain amount of fluid and the blood. If there is too much blood, it's not good. It causes shortness of breath. It stays in the lung. Too less fluid, blood pressure goes down and we become dizzy and confused. So to maintain the volume in our body, the kidneys are very important. They absorb the water and they let the rest go. आपको मालूम होगा अगर आप पानी ज़्यादा पिएंगे तो आपको बारी-बारी यूरिन करना पड़ेगा. पानी कम पिएंगे आपका mouth dry, dehydration होगा. So there is a measure in the body to keep our body at bay or at balance. So this is very important to keep the blood volume. So our heart keep functioning well, our blood pressure is maintained and we don't get dehydrated. अब आप पूछेंगे हमको कितना पानी पीना चाहिए रोज? Water is very important part of our body. 60 to 65% of our body contains water, and the rest is solid, red blood cell, white blood cell, whatever. So 70% अगर water है, तो उसको रोज हमने रखना है. So we have to drink at least 3/4 gallon or 1 gallon of water slowly. That's ideal. पर अगर आप 2 to 3 लीटर भी पी लेंगे तो वो भी अच्छा है, because खाली पानी तो हमारा दिल भी नहीं भरता, पेट भी नहीं भरता. तो fruits में water है. All the good fruits have lot of water. So you can eat lots of healthy fruit, grapes, cantaloupe, watermelon in the summer that contain water. So coffee, chai. Coffee से dehydration हो जाती है. So any caffeine. So try to drink less coffee, but some of us like me depend on coffee, at least 1 cup. So drink 1 cup, and the rest you should try not to. Even if the coffee is cold coffee, that may dehydrate you. Tea has caffeine. Smoking is never good for anybody. And of course, drinking to the moderation is okay, but not too much drinking. All these are for healthy kidneys. So अब हमने अपनी kidneys को तो healthy बना लिया. उसके बाद आगे क्या होता है? तो ये जो हमारी 2 kidneys हैं, none of us need 2 kidneys. So I'm sure you have heard that if somebody has a kidney problem, if the kidney failed, which I'm going to talk about next, if somebody matches a blood group, it's okay and a very, very good job to donate 1 kidney, because we can all live with 1 kidney by keeping our good habits. So it is very hard to think कि मैं एक organ अपना दे रहा हूँ, but if somebody needs it, think about your nephew, your husband, your wife needs a kidney. So donation of kidney, you can still have a healthy life. So I just wanted to bring that point. It's very important to donate your kidney if somebody, priority to you or important to you needs it, or even if you are a good, human being and somebody's in dire need, like let's say if a kid needs a kidney, maybe we can. So kidneys के ये important function हो गए. उसके बाद में किडनी के नीचे में हम जो रीनल पेल्विस की बात कर रहे हैं. पेल्विस इज लाइक ए स्टोरेज सिस्टम. यूरिन किडनी से बन के पेल्विस में आता है. उसके बाद यूरेटर्स 2 ट्यूब होती है, वो नीचे ब्लैडर में जाती हैं. सो ब्लैडर के अंदर ओपनिंग के अंदर 2 यूरेटर जाते हैं. सो व्हाट कुड बी द रीजन फॉर यूरिनरी ट्रैक्ट इन्फेक्शन और किडनी प्रॉब्लम्स? लेट मी नंबर द किडनी प्रॉब्लम्स दैट कैन हैपन. If the problems are not solved, जो real waste product है, that's called BUN and creatinine. That is nitrogen in our system, and creatinine भी nitrogen होता है, proteins, and there is called uric acid. These 3 things will stay in your body and will back up in your blood system. So when these things back up, that's when the problem comes. The heart fails, the lung fail, and of course the blood volume fails. तीनों चीजें इकट्ठी होके, it's called multi-organ failure. So we have to prevent happening that. उसको prevent करने के लिए हमें क्या करना है? जैसे ये filter pelvis से नीचे bladder में जाता है, तो I'm going to start from down. तो हमारा urine आता है urethra से. A male are less prone to urinary tract infection than female, because जो urethra है bladder के जो बाहर opening होती है हमारी, is shorter in female than in the males. We all know that. तो जब ये shorter होता है ना, तो बाहर से अगर cleanliness नहीं होगी तो infection जल्दी से ऊपर travel करता है, bladder से ureter, ureter से pelvis, ureter kidney. Kidneys are the last to get infection, but very important to prevent. So first we start with the bladder. The bladder gets irritated because the bacteria that are sitting outside our body can sit in the bladder, irritate the bladder, and can cause infection. So, क्या reason हो गए? ऊपर infection गई. Let's say stays till bladder. So, what are the symptoms of bladder symptom? सबसे पहले होता है, urinary frequency. कि बार बार बाथरूम जाना है. क्या हो गया मेरे को? कभी तक तो कैसे नहीं हुआ था. I'm going every half an hour. What's the matter? And then there's a burning. First is frequency, then is urgency. Means I have to go right now. आपने सुना होगा कई लोग कहते हैं जल्दी रोको, कार रोको. जाते हैं बाथरूम में, आता कुछ है नहीं, because it's just irritation. So there's no urine coming. but it's called urgency. Or third is hesitancy. Hesitancy hoti hai means you have the urine in the bladder, but it's not coming out. So that could be infection plus blockage. The blockage of the tube, which could be from anything. It could be the prostate enlargement. It could be some kind of pressure on the urethra or bladder neck, जिसको बोलते हैं. Neck ऊपर होती है, तो अभी हम स्टोन की बात अभी नहीं कर रहे, वो भी करेंगे. तो ये जो बर्निंग, अर्जेंसी, हेजिटेंसी अगर आपको सडनली स्टार्ट हुई है, तो यूरिनरी ट्रैक्ट इन्फेक्शन इज पॉसिबल. If not treated properly, this can go from the ureter into the kidneys and can cause severe kidney infection. It's also called pyelonephritis. उसके लिए फीवर होगा, chills होंगी और हॉस्पिटल जाना पड़ेगा. So let's not do that. Let's stay down there, keep it into the bladder, which is called cystitis, mean inflammation of bladder. Medical term hai, so simple as urinary tract infection. So as soon as you realize that, you go to the doctor or urgent care, the urine will be checked. The urine will show either white cells or red cells, और जब उससे पता लग जाता है कि infection है, so you could be treated right away with antibiotics and drink lots of liquid to flush the kidneys and the bladder. And also cranberry juice is very good. There's certain times cranberry is not good, but here is a time when the cranberry juice diluted, it really helps the water and kidney to flush through. So drink plenty of water, drink cranberry juice, take the antibiotic properly, and do not hold the urine in the bladder. Number one cause of urinary tract infection is आप लोग बाथरूम जाने से क्या थोड़ी देर में चली जाऊंगी, अभी नहीं जाती. The urine sits in your bladder and irritates the bladder. So ये तो हो गया. तो हमने point out करा the male are less prone to infection, but that doesn't mean they cannot get infection. They can have a prostate enlargement, and the prostate presses on the bladder वो पीछे से आके, that can cause urine sitting in the bladder. That the prostate divides the bladder into two parts. एक front में आ गया, एक पीछे में आ गया. तो front वाला urine is coming out, but the back urine is not coming out because the prostate is blocking it. So that's called the residual urine. So it's very important to completely evacuate the bladder. And if there's a problem कि थोड़ी देर के बाद फिर जाना पड़ता है, you need a prostate check. So ये तो हम हो गया bladder का. The most common infection in the bladder is called E. coli, bacteria infection. Other infections can happen too, but E. coli is the most important. An antibiotic, आपने सबको मैं एक तो common name लूंगी, sulfa, cipro, amoxicillin. These are the three common ones, but if you're allergic to it, then they can, cipro usually people tolerate very well. Sulfa से बहुत लोगों को allergy हो जाती है. So then the next step, when the urine gets to the lab, they also send it for culture. Culture means what kind of infection it is. It may not be the bacterial infection this time. This could be fungal. उसको उसके साथ में उसकी sensitivity means check करते हैं कि कौन सी antibiotic. So अगर infection ठीक ना हो, then they can change the antibiotic according to the sensitivity that organism has in the lab. तो ये हो गया नीचे. और क्या problem हो सकती है bladder में? They could be stone. The stones are usually formed in the kidneys up there, but it could be totally asymptomatic, means कोई symptom नहीं है. क्योंकि जो हमने pelvis की बात करी है, बहुत बहुत खुले ऐसे बड़े बड़े चौड़े होते हैं, वहां पे बैठे रहते हैं, stone अपना मजे से बैठे हुए हैं. लेकिन if the stone decided to let me move, the ureter जो कि बड़ी thin tube है, उसके अंदर आके फंस गया, तो बस that's it. That's called a real serious problem. Severe colicky pain. It could be on the right side, it could be on the left side, because stone is trying to pass, not passing, stuck in there. So anybody who had a stone infection or a stone blockage would know what I mean. Where is severe pain? So उसके लिए या तो आप पानी तो पीते ही रहेंगे, आपको हॉस्पिटल जाना पड़ेगा, वो आपको intravenous fluid देंगे to just let the stone pass. And the stone sometimes takes time to pass, depending on the size of the stone. They do pyelogram it's called. With the contrast, they check the kidneys and the especially the urinary system. ऐसे करके जैसे आ रहा है, पता लग जाता है stone कहाँ पे बैठा है. Sometimes the plain X-ray doesn't show, or it can show depending on the what kind of stone you have. Calcium stone दिखाई देगा, oxalate stone नहीं दिखाई देगा. तो उसके लिए फिर उनको contrast डाल के ऊपर से लेके किडनी के ऐसे चेक करते हैं. Once they get a stone, the size of the stone, they can give you severe, strong pain medication like morphine to let the pain relief and let the stone pass by itself. So जैसे ही stone move करता है, आपको severe pain होती है. If the stone comes to the bladder, the pain gets relieved. And the stone can also cause blood in the urine. So that could be the first symptom. आपको pain नहीं है, लेकिन आपने देखा कि blood आ रहा है urine में, and you get so nervous. छोटा सा blood होता है, लेकिन जब तक stone pass नहीं होगा, it's irritating and it's causing hematuria, it's called. So again, you drink plenty of liquid. If you're in the hospital with the fever or chills, needs IV antibiotics. That infection is not controlled with the antibiotic by mouth. So that infection can sit in the kidneys and can cause pyelonephritis, और उस pyelonephritis से the kidneys can fail. So हमने अपने blockage की बात करी, infection की बात करी, stone की बात करी. अब हम चौथी बात करते हैं, what is pyelonephritis or glomerulonephritis. These are the type of kidney infection, क्योंकि किडनी के दो ग्लोमेरुला ही होते हैं जो फिल्टर करते हैं. अगर उनमें इन्फेक्शन हो जाना, that can be lifelong, serious. उनके और भी causes are like cancer or something, but we are not going there. We're only talking about infection. So we have to prevent glomerulonephritis, pyelonephritis, और hospital admit होना पड़ता है. Intravenous antibiotics, fever, chills. It's so let's not even talk about it. What do you say, Govindji? Let's try to keep it down into the bladder and the ureters and don't let it go to the kidneys.
Yes, I agree.
अभी अगर किडनी में हो जाए infection, हो जाता है, क्यों होता है? It's not in your control. You have been doing everything good. You're drinking water, not holding urine, not smoking, not coughing, nothing. We are all doing our best. Body habits अच्छी हैं. फिर क्यों किडनी की प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है? क्यों हमारा सिस्टम खराब हो जाता है? Those are not in our control. There are certain diseases which are called autoimmune diseases. Autoimmune means, auto means self. आपकी body आपके against जा रही है and is making certain things that can accumulate or stay in the kidney. Kidney में बैठ के वो सारा system खराब कर रही हैं. One such problem is called too much proteins in the body. Proteins in the body can block the kidneys. It's not your doing, it's not my doing, it's just one of the condition or a disease. तो उसका भी diagnosis बहुत important है. What is one of the main reason for that? High blood pressure, diabetes. हम हर चीज लाते हैं diabetes और high blood pressure के ऊपर, because इन दोनों condition में हमारी kidneys अच्छे से काम नहीं करती और जो protein होता है वो built in हो जाता है and it cannot pass down in the bladder. So उसके लिए हमको diabetes का control करना है, high blood pressure का control करना है, and this is one way that we all should know कि diabetes is also asymptomatic, mean no symptoms. Sometimes the pain is not there when you are diabetic. जो भी कुछ आपको हो रहा, pain नहीं होएगी. तो जो pain ही नहीं होएगा तो आपको पता नहीं लगेगा क्या problem है. So only with the blood sugar, only with the hemoglobin A1C, we are checking. With blood pressure also could be no symptoms till the emergency come. So that is the regular checkup where it is so important to go for the regular checkup and control these things. So एक तीसरी condition मैंने आपको बताया protein. Sometimes the body makes too much protein, which is like, I won't call it a cancer condition, but there's a condition called multiple myeloma, where the body makes abnormal proteins. वो abnormal proteins जो होते हैं ना, they can irritate the kidney, irritate the bladder, irritate the whole body. लेकिन जो नॉर्मल प्रोटीन है वो भी ज्यादा एक्सेस में प्रोड्यूस हो जाते हैं and autoimmune, and that too much protein also can damage. So उसके लिए जब अगर आपका पता लगे कि यूरिन एनालिसिस जब करते हैं उसमें पता लगेगा कि प्रोटीन ज्यादा पास हो रहे हैं, तो आपको एंडोक्रिनोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाना पड़ेगा और किडनी डॉक्टर के पास जाना पड़ेगा. अब हम डॉक्टर्स की बात करेंगे. देन दे डू 24 आवर्स यूरिन. जो डायबिटिक डॉक्टर हैं, दे आर एंडोक्रिनोलॉजिस्ट, दे ऑलवेज चेक यूरिन. अगर आप जाते हैं उनके पास में फॉर डिफरेंट प्रॉब्लम, यू सी दे ऑलवेज चेक द यूरिन. यूरिन के अंदर लगता है कि ब्लड सेल हैं, व्हाइट सेल हैं, प्रोटीन्स हैं, और भी चीजें पता लगती हैं. ये 3 इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं. वेन एवर यू सी टू मच ब्लड इन द यूरिन, इवन इफ आपको कोई पेन नहीं है, serious problem. We got to figure out whether it's coming from bladder, coming from prostate, coming from kidneys, because these are the organs that make blood in the urine. Too much proteins, again, autoimmune, diabetes, hypertension, or body making too much abnormal proteins. So then we check 24 hours urine. वो फिर specialist की बात हो जाती है. So what are we trying to do now? We are just trying to keep our kidneys very healthy by drinking plenty of water and going for the regular checkups. If you are going to the doctor every 6 months, they will check your urine. If you have diabetes, preferably every 3 months, hemoglobin A1C and the urine checkup. If there's a young person, you go every year. तो हम जैसे लोगों को एवरी 6 मंथ जरूर जाना चाहिए. ब्लड प्रेशर चेक, डायबिटिक चेक और कार्डियक चेकअप. कार्डियक चेकअप इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इफ द हार्ट डज नॉट पंप ब्लड प्रॉपरली टू द किडनीज विल फेल. सो किडनीज के लिए हार्ट भी चाहिए, लंग भी चाहिए, शुगर भी ठीक होनी चाहिए, ब्लड प्रेशर भी ठीक होना चाहिए. सो ये जो हमारी बॉडी है ना, ये ऑल कनेक्टेड टू ईच अदर. They work separately, but they are एक पंछी एक डाल के हैं, सारे एक ही बॉडी में बैठे हुए हैं. So we have to try to keep everybody in balance, and the only way balance is eating good food and drinking again and going to the doctor. क्या कहते हैं गोविंद जी आप इसके बारे में? आप पानी पीते हैं खूब कि नहीं?
Not as much as I should. You say 1 gallon is necessary, right? 1 gallon.
Yeah, I won't say necessary, but you are also eating fruits too.
Yes.
हाँ, तो थोड़ी थोड़ी देर के बाद में 1 बोतल पानी की पीजिए, और साथ में देखो खाने के बाद हम चाय पीते हैं, चाय में भी पानी है. It's liquid. All we need is a liquid. Doesn't have to be water. So ये तो हो गया. अब मैं और एक बात और बताना चाहती हूँ एंड में. So if I put the kidneys together, we are responsible for our own body. Keep the remote control of your body to yourself. Sometimes what happens is when we go to friendly circles, तो वो कहते हैं अरे क्या है, पी लो, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. But we want to keep our own self in a good check. So, company is very important. They make us feel good. They make us, oh my God, let's laugh and then, but do not fall into the trap of all the time. कभी कभी ठीक है, जब आप जाते हैं कहीं भी कंपनी में, थोड़ा सा ड्रिंक जरूर कीजिए, क्यों नहीं करें, बहुत अच्छा लगता है. लेकिन do not let people control you, right? We all talk about the meditation, we talk about so many things कि company is very good, लेकिन जब people आपको प्रेशर करते हैं, अरे नहीं कुछ नहीं होगा, हम भी तो पीते हैं. So don't let it be controlled by others. So because the last but not the least, what will happen if our kidneys get destroyed and the BUN and creatinine goes high? As soon as the creatinine goes over 3.5 or 4, usually it is 1 and never more than 1.2. With blood pressure, it can go high a little bit. If it goes over 4, we will need a dialysis. Dialysis means they have to attach you to artificial system to get rid of these products. All these products, when they accumulate in your body, can cause heart failure, fluid in the lungs, and you can't breathe. It is called uremia. and uremia acid base. If you can't breathe, oxygen goes down and carbon dioxide builds in your system. And ultimately, we may need intubation, ventilation. So that's why we need to keep our kidneys clean. Never get to that stage. But agar regular checkup ke liye ja rahe hain, aapke control mein, so dialysis you can have still a long life, but quality is really suffer. Or jab ultimate, if you are young, kidneys can fail in young people, then can need a renal donor, kidney donor. तो वो फिर ट्रांसप्लांट करना पड़ता है, किडनी ट्रांसप्लांट. उसके लिए पता है कितनी लंबी वेट है इस कंट्री में. So anyway, so we do not want the kidney transplant, we do not want the dialysis, we want to keep our kidneys healthy, bladder healthy, and try not to have an infection, and make sure you drink plenty. मैं तो बोलती जा रही हूँ कि plenty of water. अभी हम चलिए, आप भी पानी पीजिए, मैं भी पीती हूँ.
But some people say that you should not drink water with the food.
Yeah.
Is there some medical science behind it or no?
When the more I analyze, क्योंकि बचपन में हम ये सोचते थे जो भी ये ऐसी बातें बताई जाती हैं ये सारे मिथ हैं. हम खड़े होके पानी मत पिए, ये मत करें, 2 घंटे ना पिए. So there may be some truth, especially cold water right after eating, that makes the food less chewy and makes it solid, और वो body को उसको digest करने में मुश्किल होती है. So that is one reason. I think there is a scientific background that it doesn't let the food go through the stomach. Food goes through the food pipe into the stomach, and food pipe में तो it only stays for 30 to 40 minutes, not even that. It stays in the stomach for 2 hours. So if you put water on top of that, food को digest करने में मुश्किल होती है. And some people say drink hot water after that. Hot water say maybe the particles get, or the juices जो आते हैं, they come in the stomach. So I guess there is some scientific background, never proven though. Yeah. So good question though. Yeah.
Yeah, because I hear people saying that. So
yes. Yes.
I generally I drink water with food because that's my habit. But
sips of water. Oh, sometimes you need sips of water. Agar solid food, kabhi dry food hota hai, to you don't want to get stuck in the throat. Yeah. I'd rather take a sip of water than not. Ye phasa pada. No. It's sips of water is okay, but don't drink like a whole glass of cold water. I think that we need to avoid. But sips of water with the food is always good. अब हम मट्ठी खा रहे हैं, है ना? कितनी dry होती है. अगर आप मट्ठी खा रहे हैं या शक्कर खा रहे हैं जो dry होते हैं, so they have a difficulty to go down. So it's better to have a little sips of water than to get it stuck in your throat. Yeah, so that was really, really nice, Govind ji. इस शो में बिना गाने के कोई जा नहीं सकता है.
But I guess it was very informational, whatever you said. So we learned a lot. And I think if anybody has any question, they will, write to you directly so you can answer them. Yeah. So I really learned a lot. I hope the audience, your audience, must have learned a lot too from the program. So
yes,
thank you very much, Dr.
So much, CEO. Thank you. Or they call me, they send me text, and they also put it on the Facebook. We will be putting this on the YouTube, and anybody can watch it and ask question whenever they feel like. And Jyotiji, get better soon. The CEO is very good, but we want you back soon. All the best to Jyotiji.
Thank you. So we want to wish you a very happy birthday also. So you can. She's not only a doctor; she's a singer also. Maybe she can sing one or 2 lines.
पहले आपकी बारी है. एक लाइन आपने हमको शुरू में सुनाई, वही सुनाइए. चलिए आ जाए. आपको
सिंगर. बार दिन जे आए, बार
दिल ये गाए.
तुम जियो हजारों साल, ये मेरी है आरज़ू.
क्या बात है. Thank you.
So happy birthday to you.
2 लाइन आपके लिए गाते हैं जो हमको कल से गाना. ये मेरा दिल आपका दीवाना, ये मेरा दिल फेसबुक का दीवाना, आता है मुझको प्यार में जल जाना, ये मेरा दिल आपका दीवाना. Thank you, Govind ji.
Thank you, Dr. Kalra. It was a very nice program. So nice singing. Thank you.
Thank you, ji. Okay, ji.
Okay, ji. We are ending the program right here. So I hope you enjoyed it all. It will be again on next week, same time, on Monday, 12:30.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.